Good morning students, welcome back to my sociology class. Students, today I will discuss uh, our next word, that is socializations, from the chapter Culture and Socialization. I already told that the definitions of the socializations. Again I am repeating it once again. Actually, socialization is a process by which a person learns to behave in an acceptable manner within the society or group. Actually, it refers to the way by which the values and norms of the society or group become a part of individuals' own way of thinking and feeling. This process is referred to as socialization, and through this the individuals become a part of the given culture. For society to operate smoothly, individuals must be socialized into institutionalized pattern of behavior, values and norms. That is known as socialization. According to the sociologist Gillen and Gillen, by the term socialization we mean a process by which an individual develops into a functioning member of the group according to its standards, conforming to its mode, observing its tradition and adjusting himself to social situations. That is known as socialization. According to Bogadas, another famous sociologist, he said that socialization is the process of working together. It's a lifelong process to develop group responsibility of being guided by the welfare means of others. Now, what is the characteristics of socialization? Number one, process of learning. Process of learning. Socialization is a matter of learning and not of biological inheritance. In socialization process, the individuals learns the norms, rules, regulation, folkways, modes, sanctions and other pattern of culture, as well as skills ranging from language to manual work. Second most important characteristics is lifelong process. It's a lifelong process. The process of socialization starts right from the time of birth and continues till the death of the individual. Okay? Third main characteristics is process of cultural assimilation. What does it mean? An individual not only learn the folkways, modes, norms, beliefs, customs, sanctions, values, but he inhabits and assimilates the culture of his society. Right? Next important characteristics, I can say that the process of becoming a functional member of society. Through the process of socialization consists of teaching the person the culture which we must acquire and share. It makes him a particular member or a participating member in the society and in various groups. Last, fifth important characteristics is process of cultural transmission. Actually, socialization is a process through which society transmits the cultural heritage from one generation to another. Okay? So, what I said, I am repeating it once again. The main characteristics of socializations are process of learning, lifelong process of cultural assimilation, process of becoming a functional member of society. And number 5, process of cultural transmission. That's are the important characteristics of socialization. The another very important things we have to also learn, that is the process of socialization. The process of socialization is operated not only in childhood but throughout the life. It is a process which begins at birth. It is a process which begins at birth and continues till the death of the individuals. According to Professor Johnson, there are 4 stages of socialization. The stages of socializations are very important. Number 1, oral stage. Number 2, anal stage. Number 3, latency stage. Number 4, adolescent stage. So these are the important 4 stages. Through these stages, a person or a newborn become socialized. Newborn is not a correct word. A human be socialized. First of all, I will discuss about oral stage. Oral stage, a child is born with some inborn physical and mental capacities. The mother is the first of the parents who begins the process of socialization. It is from her that the earliest social stimuli to which a child is subjected to learn. Mother is the first person, mother is the first face for a child get socialized first. He responds to the stimuli by imitating his or her mother. Gradually, this stage continues till about 1.5 years. That is known as oral stage. Next stage, what I said, anal stage. Anal stage, this stage starts from 1.5 year and continues till 3 years. So this stage is started from 1.5 year and continues till the 3 years. In this stage, the main source of socialization of the child is the family. First is his or her mother, then the whole family. In the family, he starts to learn many things like speaking, like walking, like eating, etc. He also learned toilet training and starts recognizing family relation. Family relation first, his or her mother. He tried to learn the identification of the maid servant and his mother, his father and the other family members. This is known as anal stage. Next stage is latency stage. What does it mean? Generally, this stage continues from 3 to 4 years to 12 to 13 years. So this stage starts from 3 to 4 years to 12 to 13 years. The child requires something from his equals which he cannot get from a person in authority. From them he acquires the cooperative mentality and some of the informal aspects of culture, like the folkways, like the norms, like the facts, secrets, forbidden knowledge. For example, A small child, he learned that he or she have to respect to the elder person, or wash your hand before eating. In this stage, the child acquires that kind of knowledge that is known as the forbidden knowledge, and different types of beliefs, values that already exist in our society. That is known as the latency stage. Next stage is the adolescence stage. This is the most important stage of socialization. Why? Because this stage starts from 14 to 15 years till 18 to 19 years. So 14 to 15 years till 18 to 19 years. During this stage, the individual is more attracted toward the classmates and friends. He get interest more into recreation, fashion, club, sports, Western cultures, etc. So according to Professor Johnson, he said that generally socialization has a 4 stage, that is oral stage, anal stage, latency stage and adolescent stage. These are the most important stages through which a child becomes socialized. Now I will discuss about the factors of the process of socialization. Yes, factor is a very important element that helps a person to be socialized. There are 4 factors of the process of learning. These are: number 1, imitation. Actually, it's applicable for the child. Imitation. What is imitation? It is copying by an individual the action of or the activities of another. This may be conscious or unconscious, spontaneous or deliberate, preconceptual or just like an idea. Imitation is the main factor in the process of socialization, basically for a child. Language and pronunciation are also required by the child. Okay? Number 1 factor, that is imitation. Second factor, suggestion. It is the process of communicating information which has no logical or self-evident basis. Suggestion influences not only behavior with other but also one's own private and individual behavior. Like different kind of advertisement, propaganda are based on the fundamental principles of suggestions. Okay. Next factor, identification. In the early years, the child cannot make any distinction between himself and the environment. Most of his actions are random. Most of his actions. As he grows in age, he comes to know about the nature of things which satisfy his needs. Such things become the object of his identification. The spread and area of identification increases with the advancement of age. Through identification, he becomes sociable. Understood? Next factor, that is most important factor, I think, that is language. Language is the medium of social interaction. All of us knows very well. It is the means of cultural transmission. The child utters some random word or the random sentences which have no meaning, but gradually he come to learn his mother tongue. The mother tongue molds the personality of the individual from infancy. So students, now you having a questions. Of course, it's a very common questions for everyone. Why we are studying socialization? Yes, maybe it is a process, but what is the importance of socialization? Actually, it makes transmission of culture possible over generation. It helps individuals to perform their roles. It helps individual to make a identity. It transforms individuals from a biological being to a social person. Okay. So we have discussed the process of socialization and the factors of socialization and socialization why important. Now I will say the phases of socialization. Phrases. It's different from the process and the phrases. Now, what is the phases of socialization? In our book, there are two broad phrases. Number one, primary phrases, and number two, secondary phrases. Now listen. Primary phrases means it occurs from infant to late childhood. From infant to late childhood. During this stage, family is the most important agency of socialization. Okay. The child learns the language and the basic behavior pattern during this phase, which forms a foundation for later learning. That's why family is known as a most important socializing agent of society. And the secondary phase is it extends from late childhood to maturity. During this phase, other agents of socialization also play a very vital role. What are the other agents? Like school. After family, school is a very important socializing agent. Peer group, media, or other types of social groups that are important socializing agent for the secondary phases. And including secondary phase, there is another phase, that is the adult socialization. It is also included in the secondary phase. Adult socialization, however, I told you earlier that the socialization is a lifelong process. It's not for the only for the child, but a whole lifelong process. Individuals throughout their lives are learning new roles associated with different stages of life, which extend even beyond the stage of attaining maturity. Thus, one can talk about adult socialization. Yes, it takes place when individuals enter role in which primary and secondary socialization has not prepared them fully. Then, adult socialization is needed. As an individual enter a new life and maybe a new group, he or she learn the roles and styles associated with the new status. So various types of social institutions or the social agencies like the family, peer group, mass media, organizations, all are the important agents of the socialization. So students, that's all for today. Next class I will discuss about the agents of socialization. Thank you all.